Good evening.
Hey,
Let everybody roll on in here.
What's happening?
you got all four of us in the Rising Fall.
Excellent.
Autobots, roll out.
We got the Rising Fall and Tension Splash tonight. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm John. That's Chris. We're your hosts. We'll have Mama here in a minute from Mama's Maiden Studio. She's going to co-host with us this evening. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear everything all right and doing all right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yep.
Right on. Cool.
Hope
Welcome.
everybody's staying nice and warm, because I believe you're in Michigan and Illinois. And we're not lucky like John sitting down there in Florida.
Yeah, we're a balmy 70-something or 65 now, I think.
Nice.
Which part of Florida?
We're right around the Tampa area.
Oh, okay.
St. Petersburg. Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Gandalf, welcome.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Glad to be here.
Good to have you. We're going to be starting off the show with Tension Splash. Doing this premiere. Here's Mama's Maiden.
Hi.
Kimmy.
Hey, Kimmy.
Hi, everyone.
Pleasure to meet you all finally. I've heard great stories and great talk about you peoples. Sean talks highly of everyone. Sean's
It's all untrue.
He's just a sissy. He don't like to do all this stuff.
So,
It's great to see all you guys.
being how we're going to premiere the video tonight, do you want to start off talking a little bit about how it
Gandalf's
goes?
going to do that.
Gandalf, why don't you tell us a little bit about the video, about the song, actually, and we'll go more into the video as I phase in and out of reality here.
Well, I don't even know how to start on So What. So What was just basically like a kick around accident type song, you know. Early days of Tension Splash, you know, we started out back in the 90s.
Right.
Right in the heartland of the college town of Ann Arbor. Sean was a student at the University of Michigan, and so was Nick. And me and Check was just kind of like bum around town musicians. And anywho, So What, like a crazy bass line that Hatcheck made up, and before you know it, one day we're just drunkenly sloshing some punk rock chords over the top of it, screaming out the first things at the top of our head, you know. And it turned into a rebellious song about partying time, you know, like the end of high school, early 20s, angst up partying type song.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, balls to the wall, made up crazy lyrics of, partying adventures and mishaps with the police and what have you type stuff, you know. Just seemed like a fun ideal of a song at the time. We never really thought too seriously of it, but, you know, we put it down in scratch tracks in variable ways, and then it wound up recorded, you know. And then, lo and behold, over this, handful of times of going over all this nostalgia and all this music that we left behind for a minute, that we had stepped away from the table, so to speak, for a minute. We kicked around some of these older songs again, you know, and like the last time Sean was here in town, just about a month ago, we were down in the basement rehearsing, practicing some stuff. We're going to try to do some stuff this summer, you know. And, you know, we were kicking So What around. We hadn't played that song in a good minute, you know, but we were kicking it around, and we felt like, man, what a way to resurge ourselves by pulling up an old Hatcheck song that was basically a dumpster song at one point. You know what I'm saying? It was just a stupid song in the basement while we were half drunk one day.
Basement tapes. Yeah.
Next either we're playing it at a punk rock party at another basement in Ann Arbor, and the kids go crazy for us. We're like, well, shit, maybe it's an all right song, you know? Maybe we got to keep this around. And we wound up doing it. I mean, that song was in and out of our set, you know, through our whole career. And I mean, like I said, whenever we get together, it's one of the first songs we still play. So it was like, reason of a resurgence of like, let's pop that back out for a minute while we're kicking around with this other stuff. I mean, it was, right now the big thing we've been working on the most is the 4 songs that we left behind unfinished. We kind of pretty well almost put those in a can. They're almost done now. There's just a little bit of last minute, over remaster, more or less the final mastering of them. We went through and did all the sessions, got all the stuff cleaned up, starts and finishes, and we're about to put out a 4-song EP is what the dream plan is the 4 songs that we left behind, and in remembrance of our boy Hatcheck, And,
Nice.
Right on.
With a lot of help from you guys and the beautiful video works and the good vibes and the good word that you guys have put out for us and stuff. It's really been a great help, and we're about to see the dot on the I and the cross of the T on this thing. It's going to be pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
It is such a fast, great song,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed working on it.
Kimmy mentioned that a number of times working on it. It's so good.
It is
Sorry
so good.
for talking over you guys, but we had a lot more energy when we was doing that song back in the day. We
Yeah.
had more energy back in them days. But
And Gandalf, you're the lead vocals?
yeah. My vocals
Right on.
Oh,
I got a little ahead of myself getting the show rolling here tonight. Where's Tension Splash out of? How long you guys been around since?
Well, the band originally formed in, I would say, the late summer of '92 in Ann Arbor. And like I said, it was a coming together of a couple of bands, and we were all in bands, and we were kind of dissolving some bands and looking for other bands. And I get a call from this bass player guy that worked at the music store in town, and he's like, I've been talking to these 2 brothers, man. We came and seen you play a show with your other band, and we was wondering, would you be interested in checking us out? I said, sure. I went down. We wrote like 5 songs within like 2 days. We were in the studio within 3 to 4 weeks after that. And within minutes, we were pretty much an Ann Arbor premier band, but also playing Detroit, Westland areas, getting into Chicago, in and out of
Awesome.
Dayton, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. We got to moving and shaking it pretty big. We was running tight with a lot of cats that were breaking big at the time. Like, we already knew Sponge before they were Sponge. You know what I'm saying? We were already running that scene with a lot of those bands at the time. Ann Arbor was a melting pot at the time in the '90s for all the whole grunge scene. Like, it wasn't nothing to go to the local bar and be able to see Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Helmet played every other week in our town. You know what I'm saying? It was a no-brainer to easily fall into the mixes with that scene out there. So we had a pretty good run all the way through the early part of the '90s, right up to about '96, '97. And then life kicks in, and we went into kind of like a hiatus form. We was always still together, and we'd get together, still play every once in a while, do what we could do. And left 4 songs, like I said, on the table that never got finished. And the dream was to get back and finish those songs. Well, we went and remastered all this stuff that we had previously done and found in 4 songs. And all that was while Hatcheck, our bass player, was still alive. Well, then he dies on us at the end of the remastering of all this old stuff,
mm.
And that put the fire in us to get the other 4 songs done.
Yeah.
So for the last 2 to 3 years, while you guys have been watching all this and helping us out and playing all this and doing these great videos for us, it's really just been a recoming to us, a rebirth of us, trying to put together stuff that we left back, 30 years ago when we did
Wow.
this.
Challenge.
That's amazing.
We were in the studio recording this music when Sponge come in and recorded Rotten Pinata.
Wow.
They were at the same studios with us, in that same studio with Tim Padlin. They got that deal while we were in there setting up to record an 8 EP is what we was going to do. We got 4 songs done, and Sponge come in, they locked the damn studio down. So my cabinet sat there for 2 weeks till I finally just went there and said, "Oh man, I got a show next week. I got to get my cabinet." But anyhow, they recorded Rotten Pinata at the same time that we were recording a lot of the stuff that you guys have heard and a lot of the stuff you've done. And then the 4 songs we left behind was recorded at that time, and we went back and, like I said, just finished that up.
Congratulations.
It's just crazy, Shit's just crazy.
Yeah.
Gandalf, also, after we come back from watching this, we'll probably play another one of your tunes if we can. You might be thinking about a good one for us to play. Just so I'm not putting you right on the spot.
Play one of them cool ones you shot videos for. I'm fine with all of them, man.
All right. Did you have anything
I'll
to
pick
add?
one. Yeah, I'll pick one.
Did you have anything to add about this? So what?
Oh no, this
Premiere?
So What is intense, in your face. They don't stop. I mean, it is awesome, nonstop ride, and I had a really lot of fun making this video for you.
Well, your videos always come out great, so we had a lot of fun watching them. I've been enjoying it so far. Every time I show it to somebody, they enjoy it as well. Great job.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys a lot.
Here.
Well, Dixter, we got it all booted up.
Yes, I should be ready to go. Let's see.
It's going to premiere on YouTube tomorrow, but this is a sneak peek. Yeah.
Yes, I got it ready to go.
Without
Sweet.
further ado, So What from Tension Splash. Hey.
Yeah.
When you want me to scream?
That was so good. That was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was. I wish I could get in the damn chat on YouTube, but it had like a white zombie ministry with a little Motorhead feel to it.
Agree.
It's basically, like I said, it was a basement drinking day rip off of everything one day. You know, like I said, at one point it was not even a serious song, and then for some reason it became a serious song, and next thing you know, we're playing it everywhere. You know, when you're playing it, you couldn't help but love it because you know, down and having a damn good time. You know, so, I appreciate y'all so much for that. I mean, yeah. It feels good to hear that old song and see that great video. Makes you go, damn, somebody was paying attention.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I'm having some bad lag over here, so my Wi-Fi is horrible.
mine might be as well, for all I know.
I think we're losing Steve.
It sounds like a washing machine or something going on.
No.
I'm here. I'm just trying to mute my stuff so it doesn't sound all weird. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
There you.
Are you in a missile silo, Steve?
Something like that.
Hey, John, you're still on mute.
Who's still in?
John and Kimmy are muted. I can't get them off. Muted.
How about now?
Yeah,
Now we got you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Live TV.
You gotta love it.
Sorry about that.
That's
Hey, the
my
first
fault.
time I tried telling you, I was muted.
So mom's picking the next tension splash video for us.
Okay, this was the very first one I did for Attention Splash, and I love this song, but I'm a huge Tension Splash fan anyway. But I love this song, and I want to do it's on my YouTube, Chris. The AB Said tribal song.
Oh man, that's like one of the first songs we wrote. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the first videos I did too.
Let's right at the top of your page.
Gotta go way back.
Yeah.
It was over a year ago. We did that one.
How often are you guys gigging these days, Gandalf?
Well, the most that we gig, it's been all these last 3 years whenever they come to town, and mainly we was up in the studio working on all those tracks, and then we'd get out of the studio, and if we could set up a show somewhere, we'd set up a show and sneak in and play a quick show. Otherwise, we could just open mic night, or otherwise terrorize my basement neighborhood. My basement's fully set up at all times. I got a working outlaw alt country band with my kid. Me and my kids got some crazy little alt cover country band that we go around and play. So my basement stays fully set up, ready to rock at all times. So anytime anybody and everybody's in town, we're usually down here. My kid's presumed the bass player position now in Tension Splash. So he went and acquired one of Mike's, Hatcheck as we call him, Mike Burgess. He went and got Hatcheck's bass from his mom. Because Hatcheck played a special style of bass. He played a 4-string, but he had that slapstick so he could go back and drop D and up and down all the time. So that's how we could convert some of them T-Splash songs so fast. The rest of us didn't do the drop D. Hatcheck could go to drop D on us a lot of times. We could just play straight, you know. But like AB said, be one of those songs. He could drop D in that song, give us that extra punch, and we could stay straight. Just ride that E chord. Just make, like I said, it was in the early areas of grunge and garage rock and all that stuff, and we was just riding the coattails of it all,
Right on.
You got that, Dukester?
Yes, I do. We ready
Good
for it?
one.
Yep. Why don't you introduce this one again? AB what?
AB said Tribal Song by Tension Splash.
Woo!
Oh, I think Chris was trying to listen. I was muted earlier.
Well, a tiny bee swooped down from an ice blue sky and it's just some unsuspecting flowers. I think mostly daisies. Yeah, but they cry. Up goes a cork from a finished bottle of wine. I've been saving this for years. Those sandwiches sure look lovely. I hope the ants enjoy them. Yeah, I hope they like that watermelon too. Well, it's so
Hell yeah.
Killer video, man.
Going back a little ways for that one.
Yeah, I love that video. Thanks a lot for making that. That's a great video.
Oh, I love it. And that was the first one. So here we are. I think we're
Like
on
Sean
number
said,
3 or 4 now.
like Sean said in the chat, that poor family.
I thought the bees were going to go after him at first. It's like, here comes a swarm. Is this going to come?
You can't trust them.
I remember Sean's like, it's gonna be all nice and pretty, and then it's gonna just go, bad and horrible. And I'm like, oh, I got this. It's gonna be great.
You summed it up pretty well. Like right in my mind. Like he was reading.
A lot of fun. And again, thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
collaborating with me. I love working with you guys, and it's a pleasure to see your face.
Guys, I do, I do check out everything. Pleasure to be able to see everybody, you guys at the Rise and Fall. I listen to you guys. It's a great band. Awesome to be able to sit back and be able to see everybody. I don't stay as busy as he does, but whenever he sends stuff out, I listen to it.
Yeah.
It's good
Right
stuff.
on.
Do you have any upcoming gigs or any shout outs that you'd like to do at this point?
Well, we were going to try to pull off. Is that me blowing up or somebody else blowing up? Anyway, we're hoping to pull off a couple of shows this summer, probably around the end of July-ish. Sean's going to come back to town for a couple weeks. I'm going to set up a gig at the Blind Pig. I haven't quite hammered a date out, but it should be around somewhere around the last weekend in July.
Right on.
We're going to try to pull that off with if I can make it happen. There'll be a couple other bands on the bill. My son's band, they'll probably be on one of the bills. My son's band, Asphalt Flowers. That's the band to keep looking out for. They're on Spotify. Good band. Good, nice.
Cool. Try and give them a follow and show them some support too. And
Yeah, we will.
we start hearing catching wind of your gigs. We'll be promoting them as we do.
Yeah.
We'll be putting those out there real soon. I'm going to work on that real soon. Like I said, me and my kid, we got a little crazy outlaw outfit. We play almost every weekend in. So, I mean, I could promote that, but we're on Facebook. He's got all the time. My little side, Uncle Laley's All-Stars. You can find that on Facebookers. And we're out there all the time playing. But Tension Splash his goal is to do, if not 2 shows, maybe 3 shows this summer. Like I said, around the last week of July, going into the first weekend of August. We talked to a couple of bands here in the local area. We're reaching out to. We're probably maybe hammer out a deal with. Hopefully that we can get into the Blind Pig with. So we'll see what happens.
Good deal.
If anybody's around the Michigan area and familiar with the Blind Pig, I mean, I don't know where everybody's from, but if you are, it's an Ann Arbor bar. It's a legendary bar. And if you're around Michigan, keep your eye out and come see it.
Right on.
Hell yeah. Well, appreciate you coming on the show. You're welcome to hang out for the rest of it. If you've got pressing matters, go for it. And we appreciate you coming. But
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Well, I appreciate everybody inviting me, and I'd love to hang around, but I do have pressing matters. I got chicken Alfredo that's almost done. My wife just walked in the door. We're late dinner people around here. We both have late night jobs, so
Yeah.
bon appetit when the time comes. Thank you, Sean, for being in the chat.
Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure to actually meet and talk to you tonight.
You guys as well,
Yeah.
man.
Pleasure meeting you. Yeah.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Everybody go out and check out Tension Splash. Give them a follow. Give them a like. All those things. Take care, gang. At this point, we'll be moving into the next band on our ledger, The Rising Fall, ladies and gentlemen.
That's us.
Hi.
We have Kim, we
Hello,
have
guys.
Steve, we have Trey, we have Dimitri. Am I saying it right?
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. Tell us where your band is out of, how long you guys been around, or in this current lineup, maybe.
Okay, so I know Steve's having some problems. This current lineup, I believe we've been together since October 22.
All right.
We to brief history, but we're from Chicago area, southwest or southwest side of Chicago, and then a little bit in Indiana too. So, but primarily like the Chicagoland area. And Steve and I we were in a band. Well, I think John can tell you, but with Steve and I were in a band a while back. It was Megadeth tribute band, and then Kim and I were in a band, an original band, but we all kind of run in the same circles and whatnot. And Steve called me up one day. It was in September of 22, and wanted to put a project together. And he's thought get female vocals and see if I was interested in bass. He said he had a drummer, John, who we played with back in the day. So we just kind of met up and decided to see how it went, and just started writing some songs. Everything kind of clicked and just took off from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I always say it's the 2 degrees of separation. We just all knew each other throughout the years for at least 12 years.
More.
And it's great because like this is actually the only original members of the Rising Fall. So we haven't had any other members
wow.
before us. And although we did sort of like meet in 22, we really didn't even start doing very much until 23. I mean, being an original band takes a long time to write songs. We're not like Gandalf, where he's like, well, we wrote 5 songs in 2 days. I mean, I'm sorry. That doesn't happen. We are definitely more like, okay, we have a riff. All right, send the riff. All right, let's try a melody. I mean, it takes a good month to 2 months before we even have a really solid structure and, you know, our verses and choruses and that. But we're still always fine tuning. You know, Steve is messing with solos, you know, month or so after that. We just always keep fine tuning it. So it did take a while for us, like at least months, I would say, to get 5 songs. That would probably, yeah.
Are they primarily built around the riffs? Are there lyrics that start these songs sometimes? Is everybody involved? I know this is a bunch of questions, but
No.
Kind of both.
Yeah.
yeah.
What happens?
We're all involved in the songwriting process. Sometimes Steve will get an idea from a riff that he'll come up with, and I'll just come up with a melody that I think will work from that. Or
Right.
Dimitri on bass, he'll come up with a bass line and just got a groove, and John will kick in with the drums and go, hey, I can feel this kind of like beat to it and everything like that. And then I'm like, you know, I'm observing and coming up. Sometimes words pop in my head. And then other times I write on the piano and I send it to the guys. I go, here's a song I wrote on the piano. So one of the songs that you might play was originally all written on piano at the time. So it's all very collaborative and very much a team effort in the songwriting. So it's a lot of fun for us because we always get like something new that someone brings to the table that we are excited about.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great. You guys started September 22. Also, I would say that the biggest the beginning of the explosion of the Facebook scene, indie scene, started right around February, March of 23. So you guys got to be a part of that, witness that, and see what was going on with it. It's quite an explosion. I don't think is a overblown word to use for that.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I mean, we were doing this back in Facebook 10 years ago, and I mean, we had MySpace too.
Yeah.
I was part of a MySpace back then. Yeah.
But we were doing Facebook, and you know, that was when you just posted a gig or that, and then you had your Twitter too. But everything was guerrilla tactics. I mean, you sent out, we went to clubs, you promoted via flyers, you put up posters in the clubs, you texted people, you did whatever you needed to, but there was no indie like scene. Like I've seen that explosion. You're correct, John. It's unbelievable.
I
And
was, if there was one like that prior to me being aware of it, I didn't see it. And I superposition's been around since 15, and it's the same kind of thing. It was a whole lot of album coming soon kind of stuff, and eventually got together with Kimmy and we started doing it and leaning into it and everything. It was amazing how there was 1, 2, 10, 100 bands well, there wasn't even that many bands, maybe 50 that were just really percolating, I guess. But good to have that. Let's get right on into our first video. What would be our first song we're playing here from you guys?
John, what do you think?
I don't know. Is there an order? I sent a few. I don't know if there's an
Okay.
order.
Well,
Whatever you want.
it's round robin on your guys' part, or whoever wants to speak
I'll let
first.
the gentlemen decide whatever they
Dealer's choice.
What do you think, John?
Dealer's choice, is that what you say?
Dealer's
No.
choice.
Oh, dealer's choice.
Chris, I'm going to put it in your lap.
Let's go with
I don't have the songs in front of me, what you submitted, honestly.
Hell on My Chest.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
That sounds awesome.
How about a little intro story about what this one's about?
So this is actually written about Roland Doe, boy who was possessed by the devil. This is the story of The Exorcist. This is who really influenced The Exorcist. So the lyrics and everything revolve around this controversy about whether this boy was legitly possessed or if he was just seeking attention. And the words or the title "Hell on My Chest" came from he would have in certain markings on his body that he got through possession, and one of them was hell on his chest. So I actually heard that, and that was a title before we even wrote a song. I'm like, we're going to write a song. There was nothing else to it. I'm like, I was fascinated. I'm like, we're just got to come up with the right thing. And Steve, I wish he could get on, but here he is. Okay. I'm like,
He's down there somewhere.
he switched. I'm like, Steve came up with this most awesome killer riff. Yeah, if you would like to tell a little bit about your riff here, Steve, how that came about. Hello?
Steve's frozen in time.
Oh,
No.
you scared him off, Tim. Damn
He
it.
just shows up.
And he's gone.
But so when Kim was saying, Steve just came up with this riff, because Steve will come up with different riffs and things, and we'll listen to it and be like, yeah, that's cool, and we can use that. But he came up with this kind of it's kind of a haunting intro, and it was like, okay. And then when he kicked into it, it kind of had that Dave Mustaine Megadeth type feel. So it was like, okay, the riff is driving the song mainly, and with bass and drums, I think John and I were just like, okay, we'll just lay back and just keep that groove going to kind of help push it along while the riff kind of just takes it. And then we just added a bunch of different dynamics to it. So when you hear the song and see the video, you'll understand. But that riff was the song was written around that riff, basically.
Yeah.
There's Steve can tell you. Steve's on now.
Okay. So what were we talking about?
The awesome
We're
riff
talking
for
about-
Hell on My Chest.
You're talking
Your
about your
guitar-
awesome riff, Steve, for Hell on My Chest.
Your guitar collection.
Okay. I don't know where I came up with it. I was just sitting down because I have a couple days down a week where I'll sit down and just play and mess around with things. And when I do, I try to come up with new riffs, and sometimes I'll have a metronome going, and I don't know, I get in the mood, I start playing, and something comes up, and I'm like, oh, I got to remember this. And I know it happens a lot. So I try to, when it does happen, actually record myself either on my phone or.
Always press record, Kyle.
Yes, absolutely. Always hit record. So when you think you have a good idea and you're trying to get it out, that's basically what happened. And then I'm like, oh man, I got this really great riff. And I showed everybody, they're like, oh yeah. And we wrote it pretty fast. And
Sweet.
when Kim had an idea for the chorus for it, and then verses. She's like, "Oh, do this or stay here," or she gives like direction on what she has envisioned for the song lyrically, and then between that and then Dimitri just kind of say, "Hey, let's try this here. Let's go to a different key and let's do this," and we kind of work together, and it's what we came up with. So.
Right on. Yeah, you guys obviously have the chemistry there.
But also another thing too is Steve likes to write in different time signatures too. So it's not straight 4/4. So
you go, man. You go.
The chorus is actually a mixture of 3/4 and 4. It's strange. It just works out. But if you had
as they do.
If you just had a straight chord beat, it probably wouldn't work as good in the chorus. So I think the verses are 4/4 and the choruses are 3/4, but they kind of seamlessly blend. So
we'll come out on the 12. What the hell?
Right.
I love when that happens. I love writing like that too. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then when the drummer decides he's going to start counting in this weird time signature, and it's like, oh, it's 15/14 when then we do this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a bass player, and I have 4 strings, so I don't need to know all this like technical shit. Just tell me.
You can bang your head to it. Just stop banging your head on the 7.
I just try to lock in with the drums, and hopefully it works. So I think it did this time around.
Oh yeah. Right on. Well, Chris, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Hell on my chest. The Rising Pole. Yay. Hell yeah. Loved it, you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, that was great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I could just see the club singing along with the gang vocals on the chorus there. Does that happen often?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's gonna.
It's gonna.
We're getting there.
Fantastic.
There's,
You're gonna have
there's
people showing up with the tattoos on their chest.
Our videos are not as good as yours, Kimmy, but you know.
Hey, that was a pretty good video. That was a pretty good video.
It was good.
Nothing wrong with that video. Thank you. We'll have to make one. We'll have to do something together.
It's so funny. It's so funny because I hear that all the time. Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything, Kim, but yeah, I'm Rush is my favorite band, so go figure. But I heard a little bit of that too myself. You have a beautiful voice.
Yes.
You hear the vocals of Geddy, but not the bass playing of Geddy.
What is your bass? Do you play a Ricky?
No, I got a Yamaha Attitude Billy Sheehan bass. LTD. I got 2 of those, and yeah. Now Rickenbackers are nice. I got Steve and I we all have friends who play the Ricks, and it's like, I mean, they're great basses, but a little out of the price range right now.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and dork out here for a minute. What's the axes being played here?
Going guitar?
Yeah.
It might be a long show.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Okay, the favorite act.
So, no, on that recording, the rhythms, I have a Les Paul Studio I use to record the rhythms. It's a 2013 model. Really, really cool. So I recorded all the rhythms with that, and then some of the solos. That particular one, I used a Jackson Warrior that I used just for that. I think I might have used it once or twice live, but what I'm playing live now is a Schecter. It's like a Sun Valley Shredder series or something like that. Really, really cool. I took a gamble on it, ordered it, came in, love it. But that's what I play now. But okay, I'm done. I'll try to cut it short. Next.
And how about the drums?
Drums, I have a Pearl Vision Birch set. I don't go crazy. I'm not Neil Peart, as far as 750 drums.
Yeah.
Just a standard 5-piece. I go a little bit crazy with the cymbals, but yeah, I mean, I'm a jazz drummer by trade, so my background is different. So I was used to I started with a minimal set. Always played a minimal set, so I've just been adding pieces as I progress. So
sweet, right on.
Yeah.
Well, not to put you on the spot, Chris, but what's a couple other songs they sent? You want to pick one?
Yeah, let's go with I Surrender.
No, really, you could pick one.
I did. I surrender.
I'm sorry.
Don't give up,
sorry,
Chris.
you guys.
Don't give up.
Ayo.
Ew.
I Surrender by the Rising Fall.
We ready for it?
Let's
Ready
do it.
for
Yay!
Mother, hear me. It took a precious part of me, holding ransom my sweet captivity. I cannot breathe in the water, can't lose the binds I've tied together. Here is the one I pushed aside. Here is the gun goes through our side.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was great.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Different than the other one.
Yes, it was. And
Yeah,
that
so
lead,
good.
that lead was just honey. That was so sweet.
It was written by our drummer, John. No, it wasn't.
Tasty.
Look, I don't want to
tasty.
take credit, but
Come on.
The great thing about that solo was we never heard it until we went into the studio. It was amazing. We sat there, we had all our stuff done, and we're like, Steve's gonna do this guitar solo. We're just sitting there, and he starts doing this, and I was like, we all looked at each other, going, "What just came out of that
Yeah,
guitar?"
that was
Yeah.
magic. Yeah.
That was the last
Great.
ball.
And your vocals too, a little departure from the last song, like we said. And were those both written about the same time?
So that song was actually I wrote it on piano maybe about 10 years ago, and I just thought that the song had a great potential, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna bring it to the Rising Fall and see what they think. And so it was a little bit easier song because everything had been written pretty much as far as melody and all that. So it was like, okay, now let's give it the Rising Fall flair. And the bridge section, like, I love the bridge. I love how it's quick.
Yeah, you leaned into those vocals a little bit, getting a little fry going there. Did you used to sing it that way with the piano, or was that the Rising Fall version?
No, I kind of sang it about the same. Yeah. I haven't really changed my vocal style too much with the Rising Falls from other bands that I've been in. I would love to be able to do that fry and the scream and all that, but it's not going to happen right now. So I'm
You did a
just gonna
wonderful
stick
job
with
with what
the
we
clean.
just heard. That was great.
Just
you're
sticking with
doing
the clean. But yeah, but when we put it all together and we just said, this is going to be epic. We just want to make it very dynamic and just all these like different pieces that just keeps building as the song goes. So the very end with the beautiful solo to bring it all into, a closure.
Well,
Crescendo,
yeah.
yeah.
We had the template of it because we had done it in our old band, but being with this band, I mean, it was pretty much like, hey, let's kind of make it our own and come up with different parts, whatever we can. So it was even like bass, drums, and guitar. We had that template, but we made it our own version, So
Right.
Both versions were good, but this one here was definitely different, and very proud of how it turned out with everything, So like Steve's solo there at the end, we didn't know what was coming, and then all of a sudden,
Damn.
David Gilmour and Adrian Smith and
I have been listening to a lot of Pink Floyd lately.
I heard a little Chris DeGarmo.
DeGarmo. Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I'm not-
Chris DeGarmo. Great man.
I don't dislike DeGarmo, but I've never really pursued being a fan. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that, Steve, offline.
Can you believe he said DeGarmo?
Underrated guitar player, but no, it was.
Well, try not to say, well, it sounded like this or sounded like that, but hints and influences are interesting. So, yeah.
We definitely have influences, and we like to incorporate that in our music. I mean, maybe someday somebody will be influenced by the Rising Fall.
Damn straight.
Right.
That's right.
I'm usually influenced a lot by like players like George Lynch and Steve Vai and Marty Friedman, Jason Becker, and guys like that. So.
All greats. Booyah.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. Love listening.
That's a great one. What's all of your major influences? Who's the bass, Dimitri? Who's your guy?
My top three when I first started: Cliff Burton, Geezer Butler, and Steve from Maiden. And I say Steve Harris from Maiden, like there's another Steve Harris, but and Stu Hamm as well. Stu Hamm, he was big as far as like the tapping stuff goes, kind of the melodic. But then into that after that was John Entwistle, Geddy Lee, some jazz bass players, even though I can't play jazz. Jason,
you got Billy's bass. Did you study him at all? High Speed on Ice, tell us.
Yeah, right. I actually got a tablature book from Billy Sheehan, and I opened it up and I was looking at it, and it was kind of like in Chinese, so I didn't like really want to like try and delve into it because there's no way I was gonna be able to. But no, but like those bass players like Cliff, Geezer, and Steve, I mean, those are the three kind of main guys, and then Geddy Lee, John Paul Jones, John Entwistle, Stu Hamm, those kind of guys, and then just finding all these other bass players. But as the rest of the band knows, I wanted to be a drummer, and I wasn't a drummer, but I love drums maybe a little bit more than bass, if that means anything. So I always tell John, you know, when he's playing stuff, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like so-and-so, and you got that Dave Lombardo ride cymbal going on, and you know, it's like
a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, I don't know. Rhythm section, man, for me, it's where it's at. Bass and drums. So
yeah, I'm a bassist also, and I always it took me years to be able to speak drumese. So once I got a handle on it, it helped my projects a lot more too.
Yeah. When it comes to time, when it comes to timing, when John starts talking about timing stuff, then I kind of just okay, let's just carry on, do something else. because he knows so much. He knows so much, and I'm like, I'm not on that level, man.
Well, we're working on a cover right now, and there's a break, and one measure is 13/8, and the next measure is 15/8. So I just counted it out and wrote it out and said, okay, guys, it's 13/8, 15/8. And Dimitri's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm just saying, like, I just gave you the times. It's okay, but it's also hard to play. It's really hard to play. So.
Yeah, I've worked with some pretty intricate time signatures in one of the last bands I was in, so this is not very challenging to me. So I'm a little bit of a seasoned pro on that. So, but yeah, it's try not to go too crazy, I guess.
Yeah. What about the drum major influence? Are you a Pert guy? Or are you a Buddy Rich guy?
Totally. I love Peart. I wouldn't say he's my favorite. I would say my probably top three are, not probably, but definitely top three are Bonham, number one, has been since I started drumming. Bonham was always my favorite because of especially because he did something. He didn't do double bass, but he played triplets with one kick pedal. And the first time I heard that when I was 15 years old, 14 years old, I said, how is he doing that with one pedal? I mean, it was just amazing. And then I learned how to do it with one pedal. I'm like, okay, all right. So I kind of modeled myself a little bit after him. Nice. And I would say number two is Abe Carpenter from Deftones. Love him. Great drummer. Doesn't use any double bass or whatever, but is still super powerful. And actually, I would probably say Buddy Rich, number three. Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, like the big band jazz drummers from way back when.
Those jazz drummers.
Oh, they're just maniacs, complete maniacs. And there was also a drummer named, most people don't know him. His name is Barrett Deems. And he was right along with those guys in the 40s, 50s, 60s, Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich. But he was like the lesser known of that group. And he played all the way up until he was 89 years old. And I saw him at a club in Chicago when he was 88. And he was still beating the drums just crazily. So I was hugely influenced by him. And I met him. And I was like, oh man, this is what I want to do. So
shake the hand with the great.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Thank you for that. Kim?
So it's weird. I have kind of like not any major influence. Robert Plant, obviously Led Zeppelin I grew up kind of listening to that. And then Kate Bush. I mean, so we're looking at we're looking at complete opposite musical spectrums. One's a rock singer, and the other one's more I would almost say symphonic a little bit with the ups and downs and all of that. And so I guess maybe a melding of the two kind of came together.
Yeah, I can hear that. We can see that.
Yeah, I kind of think maybe it was just I've been so bombarded with so many different music styles and things that I love that I seem to be like I have that voice that's like a potpourri of everything. I don't know. It's like everything mixed in together, you know. I've been told I should sing country, so I don't know. You know, maybe I got some country in me too.
Yeah. Well, the diversity makes for a original artist as well. So let's keep going with that.
Yeah.
We appreciate all you guys coming on. We're going to talk up a little bit of some things coming up here. We have a Punk in the Corn festival coming. Everyone's probably heard of it. That's going to be a indie bonanza of fun. We're going to have beer, and food, and fun, and games, and right around 40 bands playing up in Davenport, Iowa on the 10th and 11th of October this year.
Are you guys coming to that?
They're playing it.
Okay.
The musicians playing it. Dukster's going to be broadcasting from it.
I'll be there, but he's playing.
It's been great. I'm going to bid you a farewell tonight because
he has not been involved in the whole chats and things that we've all been. So he gets a pass.
That's all right.
We let him out of his cage every so often, you know,
Yeah.
but not too much, just enough.
Just throw him a piece of meat.
Beat with the
That'll feed
drumstick.
him. Right on. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Also, Mama was just starting out with Mama's Maiden Corner that she's going to be doing formally here in the future, and it won't be every episode, but you will be seeing more of Mama on here, Kimberly here, and she's going to be doing a video that she has made of either a current or a past band. So if you are a former patron of Mama, you might be looking for a phone call. And if you're coming on with Mama, you might be getting your video played on this show. So would you guys like to do any shout outs to anybody, any gigs, anything?
Well, I mean, we also have, besides Punk in the Corn, we're playing Flagstaff in September. It's a barbecue bike rally put on by Angry Man Presents. I believe it is, Kim. But all the local bands in the Chicago area, and not just the local bands in the Chicago area, but all the indie bands that we've met and played with, and all the indie radio stations. Like you said, I think it was back in 23 was when they kind of exploded, and we sort of just got into it somehow. I mean, the community's been great, you know, and you see a lot of that underground stuff, and we think that it's starting to make a little bit more of a wave than more of the commercial stuff. So hopefully people start taking notice and everyone, you know, supporting each other, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't thank you all, even thank you, you guys for having us on here to let us tell our story.
Yeah.
I mean, we really appreciate that.
Oh, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you for coming. It's
Yeah.
awesome to have you guys here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Next week on the show, we will have Tim from EWL and your review show. And
Wait, I have to hold on.
yeah, represent. All right,
I had to represent.
Friday nights for all you people out there in TV land. Go check out EWL's Indie Review Show and jump in the chat. It's a blast, and he has quality entertainment. A lot of times, I believe this Friday also, it's an open show where you can throw your link up and get your band played right there on the show. Go check out EWL
Indeed.
and Tim. Come back and
It's
check
a high
us.
energy place.
It's great.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, we're quite familiar with Tim and his show.
Thank you, Tension Splash. Thank you, Sean from Tension Splash.
We want to
I
thank
just
Tension
adore
Splash
you.
very much. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming on. Thank you, Gandalf. Thank you, Sean. Thank the rest of you guys for
Yeah,
putting
thank
out
you,
great
guys.
music. And also, Shovel Monster will also be on next week. We're going to be premiering another video that Kimmy's making up for them for a remake of the song Exodus that they did. It's a metal version of Bob Marley's song Exodus. Fantastic. It's already out on
it's
Spot.
so good.
Go listen to it. I've got it plastered on my page.
Shovel Monster.
Go check them out. From Phoenix, you're talking about playing a Flagstaff gig there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And
Excellent
videos
band.
coming soon.
So that's
Very
next
cool.
week.
Looking forward to it.
Right on.
Hell yeah. Any other shout outs you guys want to do? Go ahead.
wanna
I promise
shout out-
I
wanna
won't
shout
interrupt
out-
too much.
I want to shout out to Dukester.
This guy right up here in the middle of your screen.
Thank you.
Thank
we
you,
love
Chris,
you.
for everything you do, man.
You rock.
You're welcome.
Raise your hammer.
Mother.
Yeah,
Hell
raise your hammer.
And thank you for everything that you do for this community, Dukester. We love you, man.
Your
I love
My
everybody in the
Indie Verse,
community.
your My Indie Verse site is amazing, by the way.
It's awesome.
Thank you for bringing that up.
It's incredible. I mean, there's so much stuff. I don't know where to look first. You know, there's so many different ways.
Chris, tell us a little bit about that My Indieverse. What's that all about?
It was created by the guy in Animated Gods and Gardner Navalis, and he brought me on board to help him, take it further. It's a nice place for artists of all type to come, get along, meet each other. It's basically created for the artists, by the artists. We got some things in store. There's a radio station coming down the road, probably in a couple months, which is going to replace my DPF radio show because I've been having issues with the Station Head app.
So Blood
That in itself is exciting, Dukester.
Hell yeah. So you'll be able to find Blood Chrome over there. That's our other deal we do.
Yep.
In the
Tuesday
future.
nights at 8:00.
DPF radio.
And for music on the radio show, you can email me at dukester@myindieverse.com.
Definitely go check
Thank
out My
you.
Indieverse. Gentlemen, were there any other shout outs that you'd like to make? Or ma'am?
None for me.
Good right now.
All right. All right. I think that's going to be probably close to our show. We really
we got one
appreciate
more
you guys
video.
coming out. Say again?
We got one more video if we want to go with it.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
'Cause they sent me some so
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
I got which one is it? Breaking the Chain.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The first one we actually released. Yeah.
Yeah.
right on. Let's hear
This
it.
is your first release?
Yeah. This is
Yes.
this song, and we had another song too. We did a demo a couple years ago in 23, and then we went back in the studio back in September of last year, and we recorded 5 songs. But Breaking the Chain was the one we did, but that was the first one we released. It's kind of a single. We've been playing it for a long time, but it's cool. It's a driving song, man. It's upbeat, and there's a message to it. People want to know what that is. To listen to the lyrics and think back to the pandemic, you'll figure it out. But so
Yep.
it's a banger.
Very good. No spoilers there, but
Nope.
we'll figure it out. I like it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's rock
Oh,
out.
and wait, and before you play that song, listen to that ride cymbal, man. That's like Dave Lombardo ride cymbal going on right there. Okay? I tell
Yeah.
John,
All right.
it's fucking
Be
Lombardo.
listening for it.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's do
Do
it.
it. Rock and roll.
Yay!
Okay.
They put us in the corner with no proof and no compromise. Counting on our disorder kept us down. Now waters rise. Higher, breathe the fire. Say your rules and then let them burn. Liar, liar, you're Messiah. Say your piece and wait your turn. Rachel Hammer. We all courage and rage. I will tear down this case. Restore human captive restraint. Rachel Hammer, let's break the chain.
Oh yeah, love it.
That's a fun one.
The Rising Fall.
That is greatness.
See? Love them.
Thanks
You
for
said
sharing
it
all
was-
three.
Did you hear that ride cymbal? That was phenomenal.
Man.
Breaking the ride.
That's so good.
My favorite part of the video is where it says obligatory guitar solo. Every time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like. I don't know what happened to the rhythm guitar underneath that solo. Where'd it go? Not there, non-existent. So
That was a Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler kind of thing, where it was the guitar solo with the bass underneath it.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was like, that was nice. I like that.
You know,
I love it. Cheers.
Engineer,
Yeah. Thank you so much for having
Thanks
us
for
on. We
everything.
really appreciate it.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
You bet.
That was
Please,
a lot of fun.
please
Thanks
come
for
back.
coming.
And again,
Yeah,
if you
come
guys have anything being released or anything, we catch wind of it. Of course, we're going to be promoting it. So let us
We
know.
got
please.
one coming up in a few weeks. Yeah, another one. So
Right on.
Awesome.
You
Yeah.
care to drop any names or anything non-spoiler? What's the-
it's on our site. It's called Artificial Degeneration. It has it has to do with AI, but not it. Basically, the I guess what you could say the dumbing of the people, because AI now does everything for you. So it has
Yeah.
that kind of theme about it that everyone's believing what they see now when it's not true. So that's kind of what the little teaser
I
of
like
it is.
that.
A little bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah, I
like
like
it.
that.
are you guys going to be on EWL tomorrow?
I believe we are. We would say 95% chance at this point.
We have we try to be there every week, but we can't always make it, but we're going to try to be there tomorrow.
Yes would be the straight answer.
Yes.
Yeah, we try to too as well.
Stop beating around the bush. Just tell us what it is. You know, we'll probably see you there tomorrow. And
Right
In
on.
the chat.
Riders
Try
are
and-
bad for
We're
me.
going to
Try
be
and-
there.
Look forward to
contain Tim's energy.
it. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck.
I just want a little bit of it, and just a little bit.
Yeah.
I just
look
want to
forward to-
bottle it up. I just want to bottle it up and then in the morning, just take a swig. Go, all right, I'm ready.
Yes.
Oh,
That might be a dangerous thing, putting that shit in the bottle. More like a high pressure H tank.
I don't
But,
know how he's not hoarse after a
Oh,
show.
man. I don't know where he gets it, but it's
He does a
amazing.
live show, as in a live punk show, every time he gets up there. And
He
it's,
does.
It's the shiznit. Everybody go check that out.
Yeah, when we go to that Punk in the Corn, he's going to be He's gonna be running around like a rabid kangaroo in that crowd, man. He's gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what the hell was that? And there goes Tim. Hey, okay, Tim.
Hey, at this point, forgive me. You guys are playing it too? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
I think we're playing Friday.
I should have all 40
I
bands or
believe-
35 bands memorized at this point. I don't.
believe John's playing Friday as well. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if the schedule is going to be changing though. It seems like it's still
Yeah.
preliminary. Yeah.
It is.
so-
I
Yeah.
understand he's holding off till right around the beginning of May to do the official at this point. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to get up and rock.
It'll be fun.
All
Yeah.
You guys book your hotel rooms and everything?
Not at this point, but coming soon.
I
No.
got my
All right.
books.
We
We're
held them
staying
just
with
in
you,
case.
sir.
We're staying on Chris's couch.
I think they do have a couch in the room. I can't remember.
You know,
He doesn't know.
you know what? I just thought about this, but we should. I know we got time, but we should have. We should maybe have some type of a meetup on Thursday with like all the people that are doing the radio stations and everything, and everyone meet each other somewhere. You know, like a meetup.
I agree with that a
Yeah.
lot. I think
You know?
I was talking about something like that too.
Yeah.
But we should keep discussing that
Yeah, we got sound check
Yeah.
in the morning. In the afternoon's pretty
Yeah.
much open, I believe.
and
so.
just all kind of do a hey, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be it's going to be overwhelming because I've collabed with a lot of these people that are
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it's going to be amazing to
First
meet
time
them.
meetings face to face. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
or somebody's going to be up on stage saying, "All right, enough hugging. Get up here and do your sound
Yeah.
check."
Yeah.
I'm
Kimmy,
sure in
do you-
Davenport. Well, we should probably have to look in Davenport and see if there's a place that we can do some type of meetup. I mean, and
I
once
think-
the word gets out, it might get a little big, but we should probably do something like that because that'd
It's
be kind
going
of
to be
cool.
the campground. We're all going to be at the
I
camp.
think that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
And that campground won't be sleeping that night, I'm sure.
Bring your barbecue materials.
All right, enough this bullshitting. We're
All
going
right.
to call it a show. Thank you, guys.
All
All
Yeah,
right.
right.
fun. Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right.
Fun.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Here.
Cheers, eh?
See you tomorrow.
All right, Lion Den roars.
All right.
Yay.
End stream.
Oh.